Could it be? With me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to the Skill Game, brought to you by Sleeper. We'll get to the Sleeper app here in a bit, but before we do that, let's talk about tonight's contest. An NFC South matchup, family business. You know how the family do it. This is going to be a beautiful, aesthetically looking football game tonight. Two throwback uniforms that are very pleasing to the eyes. The creamsicles make their very beautiful and pleasant return. They've been sporting the white on whites all season long, and those things are mwah. But the beautiful orange creamsicle tops with the white bottoms and the helmet, they do it every time. So they're going to be blessing us with those. And the Falcons said, you can do it, I can do it too, right? Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. So they're throwing on their throwback red helmets, black tops, and the white bottoms. Those are crispy. Those are clean. You put them together on the same night, on the same field, and boy, oh boy, you got a looker tonight. So looking forward to just seeing these two teams in their uniforms on the same field. It's going to be beautiful. Remember, last year, these two teams met on a Thursday. I think that's why the NFL ran this back. We got one of our most entertaining, exciting contests of Thursday Night Football a year ago. Kirk Cousins threw for over 500 yards, if you remember, in that game, and a thrilling overtime come-from-behind victory for the Falcons in a game that Tampa Bay really dominated for much of the ball game. Falcons came back, tied it up, sent it to overtime, and they had the big catch and run in overtime, and the Falcons won that football game. So I don't think we're going to get that necessarily tonight, that type of competitive game, but I can tell you that the Falcons are a really interesting team. Obviously, Michael Penix Jr. out for the season. That sucks because you want to see the young guys get an opportunity to play. You don't really know what you're going to get from them offensively, right? You know Bijan's going to be a big part of the offense. It feels like since Kirk has hit the lineup, Kyle Pitts has become a bigger part of the offense now. But Drake London's been banged up. You don't really know what you're getting from Darnell Mooney from week to week. And so they're just a big enigma offensively. Defensively, they've been a really solid team all season long. It's just the offense hasn't always done enough to complement what they've done defensively. And I can always tell you that the Falcons haven't been the best at complementary football this season. When the defense plays really well, the offense usually doesn't. When the offense plays really well, the defense isn't at their best. So they've struggled this season, but they're fully capable of going on the road and beating this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. And the reason I say that is because the Bucs themselves are struggling right now. Losers of 2 out of their last 3, barely beat the Arizona Cardinals in the game in between those 2 losses on the road at Buffalo and home last week to the New Orleans Saints. So this is a team that's kind of struggling themselves. They're still in first place at 7-6, but hanging on by a thread. At the Carolina Panthers, who are coming off their bye week this week, are also 7-6 on the season. So things are heating up in the NFC South. Ultimately, I see this being a game. I think the Buccaneers are going to get Mike Evans back. I think they're going to get him back. They also think they're going to get the other wide receiver, Jalen from Washington. I can't remember his name, but he hasn't played all season this year. So they could be getting healthy at the receiver position at the right time. You start getting those types of guys back to add with Emeka Egbuka, who has, hit that proverbial rookie wall. It feels like he had an injury about a month ago and really hasn't been the same since. But you start getting Mike Evans back and the second-year wide receiver out of Washington. And then you throw Emeka Egbuka in there, and now you get Chris Godwin getting going. Like, he's back now. And, you got Cade Otton, and all of a sudden, and you've seen, Tez Johnson emerge here and there. All of a sudden, this Bucs offense could be lethal. I said before the season started, they had the best wide receiving core in football. They just need to be healthy. Well, they haven't been this season. They feel like they're getting there, and it couldn't happen at a better time because this offense is sputtering right now. You finally get Bucky Irvin back healthy a couple of weeks ago. He's picked up where he left off. He's a dynamic back. you have a nice little 1-2 punch with him and the Arizona State running back. Oh man, what's his name? Rashad White. And so this offense, we know Baker can cook. This offense has a chance to really start to rev it up at the right time. And tonight would be a great night to start. They got to start winning games within this division. Can't afford to drop a second consecutive NFC South divisional contest at home, right? So this is a big one for Tampa Bay. Feel like in this game, they're going to come out. They're going to try to apply pressure to Kirk Cousins, see if that works. The first thing you have to do if you're playing the Falcons is you have to stop Bijan Robinson, right? That's where your focus should be. And then you kind of play off of that. If you slow down Bijan, he's the head of this snake or the head of this bird, right? If you can somewhat limit him, you've gotten the Falcons offense where you want them. If you let him get going, and it doesn't really matter how he affects the game, whether it's via the pass as a receiver or on the ground as a runner, if you let him affect the game, it's going to give them confidence offensively, and it's going to give them a chance on that side of the ball where they've really struggled this season to put up points. Conversely, if you are able to limit him, you're going to have a really good chance of not only winning this game, but separating yourself and winning this game comfortably. Again, this Falcons defense is a really solid unit, but eventually they let go of the rope last week against Seattle. And we've seen them do that from time to time this season against Miami, another game where they just frankly let go of the rope. If you can get out on top of them early and limit Bijan, eventually that defense will fight, but eventually they'll let go of the rope. So I think that's what's going to happen tonight. I anticipate a close game for 2.5, maybe 3 quarters. Then Tampa asserts themselves, asserts their dominance, and I think they run away with this game. But this doesn't feel like a blowout of any sort. Tampa's not playing that kind of football to inspire me to feel like they're just going to run away and hide from the jump. However, I do think they're the better team. They're playing for something meaningful right now, and I think Tampa Bay wins this game 27-13. This is a 20-13 ball game heading into the fourth quarter. It's that type of football game, right? 27-16, something like that. I think they end up winning this game. But it's 20-16, 20-13 heading into the fourth. It's a 1-score game. Tampa scores a touchdown in the fourth quarter to put this game away and win by 2 scores. That's what I see transpiring. So with that said, let's now get to the skill game brought to you by Sleeper. The skill game brought to you by Sleeper. All right, so Sleeper is a fantasy sports and real money gaming app that focuses on bringing people together through sports and gaming. As I've told you so many times, this app has brought so much joy to my football watching experience this year. I am one of over 10 million active users on this app. And if you're not a part of that Sleeper family, here's a chance for you to become a member by simply clicking the link in the description of this video. It'll take you to where you can download the app. If Sleeper is available in your area, make sure that it is. It's available in over 30 states in the US, so just check to make sure. Also, just for becoming a member of the Sleeper family, make sure you are able to verify that you are who you say you are. And once you do that, become a member of the Sleeper family. They're going to give you $20 free on the Sleeper app just for becoming a member. No strings attached, right? You don't have to deposit anything. Hey, here's $20 to use on the app. Have at it, right? You can do a lot of damage for $20. You know what you can do even more damage with, though? $100. How's that sound? Well, I have a promo code, LTN. Use that promo code to get you 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. That's right, a dollar for dollar match. I always say, you only get to do it once. Max it out. Use the entire $100. Let them match that $100. That'll give you $200 plus the $20 they gave you for becoming a member of the Sleeper family. That's $220. You can get active with $220, if you know what I mean. So with that said, let's talk about tonight's game. I need your help. Brand new promotion in the month of December. We're going to put together a ticket, and I need your help. You're going to help me put together a winner for Thursday Night Football between these two NFC South family members. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tail this pick. You're going to trail it over on the Sleeper app. And then you're going to go and enter yourself into a sweepstakes to win $100 on the Sleeper app. So let's get to work, and I'll give you all the ingredients you need to have yourself a chance to win $100 on the Sleeper app. All those details are down in the description of this video as well. But let's get busy. Let's get to work. All right. So as you can see, following me along the screen, I'm going to click on NFL. I love this Sleeper interface, right? It's very user-friendly. NFL, we got the game right here in front of us. Atlanta at Tampa Bay. Click on that. All right. And now let's see what we can get to. We got the hot picks, the hot picks. I always like to scroll through what Sleeper determines to be hot picks on the app. So they're giving us Bijan Robinson with an increase in the increase in the multiplier at 1.88 on the rushing yards. I don't know if I necessarily love that against this Tampa Bay Bucs run defense. You know, they're one of the better run defenses every single year. So I always like to stay away from them in that regard. Kyle Pitts, they're trying to give away Kyle Pitts. He's been good, as you can see here. Click on Kyle. You see the yards receiving since Kirk Cousins has entered the lineup. Kirk has been looking for him. 82 yards against the Jets, 90 last week against Seattle. I mean, I could see him having 60 yards tonight. I could also see the Buccaneers doing a really good job of taking him away and him not having the type of impact he's had each of the last 2 weeks. So he's somewhat interesting. Let me ask you, let me start this thing off. And you know, when you're talking about these two teams in particular, you always like to start with the backs. Bucky Irving is a touchdown machine. He scored a touchdown, I think, in each of the last 2 games. Rashad White is a guy that touches the football as well. They've got a 2-headed monster in that backfield. So I definitely want one of those, if not both of those guys on the ticket. I also believe that Bijan probably needs to be on this ticket somewhere. We'll take a look at all of those running backs and see if there's a space for them on this ticket. I want to stay away from both quarterbacks, to be honest with you. Neither have been extra sharp here of late. I don't trust them throwing the football right now. Baker hasn't been throwing passing touchdowns here of late. So, again, don't really know the impact of Mike Evans. I don't even know if he's going to play yet or not. Feels like he's going to play, but we can't be certain of that. I haven't heard confirmation that he's playing tonight. So, for me, personally, kind of want to stay away from all of that. What says you guys out there? Let's get to the comment section. You guys help me put this ticket together. Skins, again, 5217. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who says, Mob, shout out. What's up? Says, Louie T, for having to stay at the table to finish his lima beans every week when the rest of us can eat them beans. Hey, look, man, beans are really good. They're really, really good. All right. They're really, really good. Matter of fact, I just had beans yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that. Anyhow. Skins again. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. He says, had to double up. Had to put in the in there to explain the DU. Of course. They knew what you meant. They did you dirty last week. I know. They did. They did us dirty, not you. We put together we did that. We put that together last week. And it was a brilliant ticket. I was being greedy. And I always tell you, I always take it a step too far. If I would have just left Trey Harris, the rookie receiver, off the ticket, we would have won last week. It's all good. He says, all right, how about Mr. OCD Zane Gonzalez for 2 field goals tonight? Go get the money. Go get the money. Our guy Skins again says. Man, the Falcons feel like they kick field goals. Let's go to the Zane Gonzalez. They feel like they kick field goals every week, but Zane is so wishy-washy, and oh my God, I feel like he's going to kick 2 field goals. He was 3 of 4 last week. He made 3 2 weeks, 2 weeks prior to last week, but he only had 1 against the Jets. And what if tonight's one of those nights where the Falcons just don't attempt field goals, or Zane decides to miss? He's had at least 2 field goals each of the last 3 Three out of the last 4 weeks, excuse me. So it feels like something that's realistic to ask him to make 2 field goals tonight. I said the score was going to be 13 or 16, meaning they're going to kick field goals unless there's a missed extra point and 2 touchdowns. You can get to 16 that way as well. I was thinking more along the lines of 3 field goals, however, or 2 field goals. What says you? You guys think that Zane Gonzalez is going to kick 2 field goals tonight? I think that's a reasonable request against this Tampa Bay defense. Tampa Bay's defense is interesting, but I think they can force some field goal attempts. Let's do it. Let's Zane Gonzalez 2 field goals. We'll start off our picks with that one. Is Mike Evans. Let's click on Mike Evans. One thing I love about the Sleeper app is they give you updates on players who may be questionable, who you're not sure about. They get the latest. So right here it says Mike Evans expected to play on Thursday, but only on key downs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans, collarbone, who is questionable to play on Thursday night against division rival Atlanta Falcons, is expected to be active, sources tell Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. However, Evans isn't expected to play every snap in his first game back. Since breaking his collarbone back in week 7, he's going to be on a pitch count, which makes him extremely hard to trust in fantasy football lineups. So that makes him extremely hard for us to trust. Because I looked at the number, the receptions number, I'm like 3.5 for Mike Evans. So he's going to get that. If he's on a pitch count, and he still may have 5 catches tonight. You don't want to hitch your wagon to that, right? So let's not go down that road. Instead, I'll tell you what I'm really interested in. Okay, so let's go. The only guy that I'm interested in a touchdown, because Bijan, you feel like Bijan is going to score a touchdown and then he doesn't, right? This probably is the night that he does. Tyler Algier is a guy that also is someone to watch in the red zone. They love giving it to him down there. But Bucky Irving is my touchdown machine. I got Bucky for a touchdown. He scored in each of the last 3 weeks. So let's go at anytime touchdown for Bucky Irving. Skins again says he likes the 70.5 for Bijan. And it's got a boost there too. I don't like that though, Skins. Again, I talked about why I didn't like that. The Bucs are one of the best run defenses in football every single year. So I don't think that's a great idea to go for Bijan tonight. Now, again, Bijan could have like the first meeting. I'll just give you an example. Like look at this first meeting, right? Just to give you some context, right? And I get it. This was a long time ago, but still, context matters. Look at Bijan's first game against Tampa Bay on the ground. 12 carries, 24 yards. Like that's the kind of run defense the Bucs put on the field most weeks. You're not running against Vita Vea and those guys, right? So now what he did have, if you remember, that was week 1. He caught that swing pass on the first possession and went for a touchdown. So he had 6 catches for 100 yards in that game. So if there's anything, I would look at the receiving yards for Bijan. Let's take a look at what those look like in this game. And it's at 40. I think he's going to be more of a threat out of the backfield tonight than he is on the ground. I thought about combining rush yards and receiving yards, but the number's too high. It's at 119. And Bijan on most weeks, even on good weeks, he's not eclipsing that. I think Bijan's going to eclipse the 40 yards receiving, though. How many catches? 5 catches is way too much. I like the yards more so because all it takes is Bijan to get 1 big catch. But let's keep looking. We got Bucky Irving. We've got Zane Gonzalez for 2 field goals. No Drake London. The Mike Lowry says, no Drake London. Kyle Pitts should eat. Mooney as well. I like that thought process. This is why you've seen an uptick in production from Kyle Pitts, is because there is no Drake London. And because of that, I think we should go to Kyle Pitts. Let's go look at the yards again, and then we'll look at the catches and see which one makes the most sense for us. I don't trust Darnell Mooney. I don't trust him. But Kyle Pitts is at 60 yards, okay, 59.5 with a boost, which is very enticing. Let's just check the receiving, the receptions first. Ooh, 6 catches. That's a lot. Now, he's had more than 6 catches each of the last 2 weeks. If you see here, he's at 7 2 weeks ago, 6 this week or last week. But yeah, that's way too rich for my blood. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take him on the yards. Because usually he gets explosive chunks when he does catch the football. He gets up the field. So let's go 60 yards receiving for Pitts. Now we just need one more to complete this ticket. And I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. I think this is what we should do. We should go with combined rush and receiving yards for Rachaad White at 31.5. Now, there's an alternative to this. You can leave out the receiving yards and just go straight rush yards, 18.5 for him. Just to give you some context, he had 7 yards rushing against Arizona outside, and that was Bucky Irvin's first game back. So you knew he was going to kind of take a seat back in that game. But outside of that, you look back. Now, granted, all of these other games, the Rams game, the Buffalo game, the New England game, the New Orleans game, these are all games without Bucky Irvin, right? But then last week against New Orleans, he had 11 carries for 53 yards. So he got back in the mix despite Bucky being back. So you could either go 18.5 rush yards, 19 rush yards for Rachaad White, or you could combine receiving yards and rush yards and go with the 31 yards. Which one sounds more along the lines of what you're looking for from Rachaad White? The rush yards, 19 of them, or the receiving and rush yards combined at 31 yards, which he's done every single week this season, basically, except for the Arizona game, which I talked about, which was Bucky Irvin's first game back, where he only had 7 yards rushing, which is what got him. And he still had 29 yards in that game, right? Just too shy of what he would need tonight. So if you look at this, there hasn't been a game this season that Rachaad White hasn't had a combined receiving and rushing total under 31, except for the Arizona game 2 weeks ago. So I think we should go with the receiving and the rush yards. We good with that? I see Skins again says yes. I need one more yes in the comment section, and then we're going to roll with that. I think that's going to complete our ticket, and I feel really good about it tonight. I do. Mike Lowry says that looks good. All right, let's do it. All right, man, I feel really good about this ticket, guys. So we got Zane Gonzalez for 2 field goals. We got Kyle Pitts for 59.5 yards, so 60 yards receiving. Got a multiplier boost for that from Sleeper for 2 times multiplier, so that's awesome. We got Rachaad White, 31 yards total receiving and rushing. I love that. And Bucky Irving, anytime touchdown. This guy has been scoring touchdowns just about every single week. He's done it now 3 games in a row that he's played in. And I think he's going to make it a 4th tonight. So this feels great. I think we're on to something here. I'm going to go ahead and submit these picks. All right. Hit the button. We're in there. All right. So now here's what I want you to do. I put down $10 on this ticket. You can put down how much you like, right? You can put whatever you like. Yeah. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to put these same picks in that you see on the screen on the Sleeper app. All right. And here's how you're going to give yourself a chance to enter the giveaway to win $100 on the Sleeper app. It's very simple. These picks right here that we just made together, this ticket that we just put together, you're going to go and you're going to put this same exact ticket together on the Sleeper app. You're going to submit the pick, right? Or the tickets. And after you submit the ticket, here are your instructions, right? So you already go and trail this ticket on the Sleeper app. You then take an email or you screenshot these picks from your account email a screenshot of those picks to hmaSleeperPicks@gmail.com. That's hmaSleeperPicks@gmail.com. All of this is down in the description of this video and every single video that we will do for the skill game moving forward. And they're going to choose a winner. If our ticket hits, they're going to choose a winner. Our ticket's hitting tonight. I'm speaking it into fruition and into existence. Our ticket's hitting tonight. This is a damn good ticket we just put together. So after we win our money, we got $100 that we're going to win tonight. You got a chance to win another $100 by simply trailing this ticket right here that we just put together. Simply trailing this ticket. Zane Gonzalez, 2 field goals. Kyle Pitts, 60 yards receiving. Rashad White, 31 yards rush and receiving combined. And Bucky Irvin scoring a touchdown tonight. And you are going to email a screenshot of those picks to hmaSleeperPicks@gmail.com. And that's going to enter you into a drawing that can get you $100 to be redeemable on the Sleeper app. So this ticket's finna hit tonight, man. This is a juicy one. I'm feeling good. Fingers crossed. I don't think I need the luck, though. You guys, you're awesome, because I think we just put together a winner, man. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let's cash this buddy tonight, man. Cha-ching on the Sleeper app. So that, my friends, is the skill game. Brought to you by Sleeper.
The skill game brought to you by Sleeper.
All right, so let's finish this puppy up. And, oh, there we go. Let's finish this puppy up. So go over to Sleeper. You know what to do. Tail that ticket, right? Trail it. Go over there. Submit those same picks. Screenshot them. Send them over to hmaSleeperPicks@gmail.com. Let's go get this money. Go get the money. Go get the money. Go get the money. Go get the money. Anyway, I digress. That's going to do it for me, your man Louie T, here on the skill game. You know where to find me at game's conclusion. We will go over these picks and the game itself tonight on overtime. As soon as this game meets its conclusion, you know where to find me. And we're going to be talking about our first winner since September. Man, it's going to feel good to snap this loser streak. All right. I'll see you guys then. You guys take care. Have a good one. You know what to do. Go get the money.